Hello again. It's been a while, but we're back with Cinder News Network. I'm your host, Cinderlin, and I have my co-host with me, PyroTheCinderace
Hello.
and PeriDraws.
Cheeseburger.
Okay.
Alright then.
Well, that was random. Well, it's good to be back, and we haven't been at this for a while, meaning we have a lot to catch up on, but I don't think we have enough time tonight to actually go over all that stuff. So we're just gonna cover some of our highlights or something that grabs our attention over like the past month or so. And we're just gonna explain like where we've been, why we haven't been able to record, all that such. I do want to apologize for the frequent listeners of CNN, despite that we have nothing to do with rotating machinery. If you know what I'm talking about, you can leave a comment below. All right. Jargon aside, uh, so where I've been, mainly I've just been back at college and I've been working. Like over the summer when all the stuff started, I was just working. I had very little time to record, and I was working on making my editing just a little bit better for you guys. Because I've been trying to really amp my quality up lately in terms of content. And then I came back to
Which I've
school.
noticed.
Yeah, you can watch some more recent videos. And actually, hopefully, at the time of this recording, I'm going to put the next episode Let's Go Eevee series soon. I am making sure to be a little more detailed with that because I noticed there's a couple of things I could have really been improving on, and so I've been working to really fix that for you guys because I really want to start increasing that subscriber rate. I don't want to just do things from shorts. I want to actually earn real subs. That's what's gonna make me really
Yeah.
happy. It's gonna make me feel
Because like
proud of this
shorts,
channel.
well, shorts are just like people mindlessly scrolling. You know,
You
like
get
okay,
the
like this content's fine. I'll give it a like.
you
That's how
get
people are with shorts.
you get the views, but where's the actual subs? Like, where's the actual interacting? I get like
Yep.
my most popular short has like 2.5 thousand views, has 1,000 likes, and barely any comments. I'm like, I mean, are those earned? And people can unlike and unsubscribe from those videos. Excuse me. People can unlike those videos and unsubscribe from the channel almost within hours. I've noticed a pattern. Like once I got literally 50, probably 20
Jeez.
subscribers within the span of a few hours of a short going out, and then a couple hours later, it dropped by like five. So kind of put that adds to that feeling of like I didn't really earn those subs, even if I do end up making profit. Sounds like
Yep.
a businessman. Profit. Yeah, we'll tell you. We'll remind you to subscribe later. But yeah, that's essentially where I've been. And Pyro, you want to go next?
Uh. So what do I do again? Sorry.
It's just where we've been. Like if anything's been going on.
Honestly, all I've been doing is school, drawing, and all that other heavenly stuff. That's it.
Yeah,
Really, not much interesting going on.
yeah. And you, Perry?
I don't think there's much to say here for me as well, other than the fact that I was on a vacation for pretty much a majority of the summer and a bunch of school. And since school started up, it's kind of been eating into my time.
Yeah,
And just a bunch of personal stuff. Not anything like heavy or anything, it's just life.
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, and plus, Perry, you were in a place where the time zone was different, so it kind of
Oh, yeah,
that
I was
also
14 hours ahead at the time.
that played a huge factor for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
So things we've been looking at, some things that are calling our attention really. We're all hyped about the Pokemon DLC that's coming out like literally in a couple
I sure
days.
am. Which I didn't even realize, by the way, like how soon that was until I saw like a post about it on Pokemon, and I was like, "Wait, what? Next week?"
Wait, that's
I'm gonna
next
be honest,
week?
I'm stoked.
It is
Yeah,
next week.
next week. I'm stoked. I need to like trim down the data on my Switch so I can get it. Probably won't be able to get it right away, but bet
Yeah,
as fast as I can, I'll be getting it. I need an SD card.
I'll probably end up getting it day one. I saw some pictures of what the game will look like. It seems like the graphics aren't as muddy as a base game, and also there's a lot of new Pokemon. I'm really hoping Absol is in there. He's like my only favorite Pokemon that's not in the game.
By the way, Cinderlin, is it okay if I tell you about something? It's
What's
actually
up?
good.
What's up?
it's okay if I spoil this for you. It's just a returning Pokemon, okay?
If it's Absol, then yes.
In the second DLC, he's gonna be coming back.
Oh, let's go.
Data mine.
Let's
I
go.
remember correctly. It was a data mine.
Let's go.
Hopefully it wasn't fake.
Let's
hope it's nothing.
I don't trust leaks anyway, even if it is a data mine, so I'll probably just leave this in.
Yeah. I kind of can't help it but to look at them. I get too excited. I know a lot more than you guys think right now. I won't tell you though.
Yeah, anything story related though, I would appreciate no spoilers for the sake of our
won't tell
for the sake of our listeners
know the story.
Too. Good.
I just know new stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I won't be talking about it though.
What do y'all think about that Poltergeist Pokemon?
It's kind of messed up what it does. But hey, it's Galar Pokemon Appreciation, so I don't mind it.
It is somewhat Galar Appreciation.
Yeah, it's based on a Galar Pokemon. It's interesting though. I don't have much other thoughts than that, but it exists. It's neat, I guess. Even though it should probably stop doing what it's doing.
It's dark, but very cool.
It is dark. I also really like how it reflects like actual Japanese culture in a way. Like I know Paldea is based off Spain, but I always appreciate some Japanese culture stuff thrown in.
Yes. I mean the DLC does seem more Japanese like themed.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I'm here for it.
And also there's a lot of Johto Pokemon in it, if you haven't noticed. Like there's Johto Pokemon everywhere, which is indeed based on
oh yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Well, the first 4 regions of Pokemon are all based in different regions of Japan: north, south, east, west.
That's true. But especially Johto is like known for that.
Johto's pretty heavy on it, yeah. Kanto is very traditional. Johto kind of leans more into it. And then Ho and Sinnoh, I think Hoenn was, I want to say the south side, and Sinnoh was supposed to be the north side of Japan. Since Sinnoh has like the huge what's the name of the mountain again? I forgot, but probably
I don't know.
Fujiwara.
Fujiwara?
Oh wait,
no. In the game.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I forgot.
Maybe it actually was called. I think it was called Mount Fuji. Am I wrong?
No, I'm pretty sure it wasn't that. Is it Mount Alabaster? No, Alabaster is something else. That's I don't know.
That's Benzarkius.
Right, but I'm trying to remember the mountain name in there. It's not coming to mind. I'm pretty sure a listener is gonna remind me.
It strikes a bell. I know what you're thinking of. I just don't remember the name of it.
Yeah, pretty sure if you'll remind
Mount
me.
something. I don't know.
Mount something. It is a something mountain. Yeah, name escapes you. And I lost my train of thought. Dang it. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure that Sinnoh was supposed to represent like the areas of Hokkaido, and then Hoenn was like representing areas of like rural Osaka. Point aside. Fudge. Train of thought. Yeah, DLC. So I also really like the festival thing. Seems also really like a traditional Japanese thing.
Yeah, it's neat.
Especially with this masked Pokemon. Like just the design is very Japanese, and I love that. I'm here for it.
Very curious to see what it looks like under there.
Yeah, under the mask. Under the teal mask. The name of the DLC. Woo, I said it.
At least it's teal.
Hey.
You like teal.
I'm a turquoise guy, sorry. No, I'm green. I'm green. Man, make it green.
Turquoise is like similar. It's similar.
I thought I was the only green guy here.
Well, I guess Perry and I can go green together, just like we are in the Discord profiles. Had to make the joke. I'm sorry. Yeah, really.
I like teal though.
It's cool color. Yeah, really excited for that next week. Also, off topic. I know this is not Pokemon, but also later this month, Sonic Frontiers update. Let's go. All right, I'm done with that.
Cool.
He has Super Saiyan has blue eyes now. Let's go. Anyway, also something else that's caught my attention is I noticed that Pokemon is putting out more life-size stuff again, and they just put out a life-size Slowpoke in Japan again. I'm like, stop.
I'm pretty sure it's a rerun.
Even so, like where's the Cinderace?
Yeah. Give us the giant fire bud now. We need him.
We've been waiting for eons.
They got an Inteleon, but they didn't get us. They just chose not to do Cinderace.
I mean, Cinderace is such a plushable Pokemon. Why does he not
For real,
Like-
for real, for real, for real.
Like a large
Also-
majority of Pokemon.
Just to make a joke here, by the time it exists, we're gonna be old.
Hey.
Like
Oh,
you guys, like if you guys are in like are gonna be like have beards, and then I'm gonna be like the cane by that time. I'm joking.
Finally, we got Cinderace plushie.
I'm kidding. But that's
Nah,
like
it's fine.
totally how it
I tried.
feels
Yeah.
to wait for actual Cinderace merch. Why don't the characters I always end up liking get no merchandise? Why?
Try in Japan, they get them almost instantly,
I
which is
know.
no surprise.
But seriously, like, just a quick little rant here. I wonder if people who watch our videos can relate. Why, like, whenever you end up liking a character, it always ends up to be ones that are like really underrated and like don't get like merch or hardly any of it. Which, if you're a fan of it, you kind of need. You know, it's just
Yeah.
being a fan of stuff pain, I guess.
It do be like that. It's kind of a shame, but nothing I can really do.
Yeah.
Just got the eye.
Like almost all of the characters I like, they're all like that.
Makes sense. Though not if it's evolutions though.
Yeah. Other than Vaporeon. Vaporeon's good. You got all the merch in the world.
I'm
Like
sorry,
everyone else?
Umbreon. Sorry, Umbreon. I'm sorry.
What?
Sorry, Umbreon's better. Sorry. Throwing a
No,
joke here.
Vaporeon's better. Look at her. She's
No,
adorable.
Umbreon. I almost said Vaporeon just randomly. Now, what have you done to me? What have you done to
Jesus
me?
Christ.
That means I'm right.
What have you
She
done?
is slowly invading your preferences.
Look at her though. It's so majestic and adorable. I just want to protect it. Look at it. It's amazing.
Protect. Yes.
No, you cannot change my mind.
Yeah. I know Perry has a different
Okay, I'll
opinion
stop.
as
I'll
well.
stop. You're a Sylveon guy, right?
What's that?
What?
What?
You're a Sylveon guy, right? Like Sylveon?
Sylveon and Glaceon, they're tied.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm.
I like all the evolutions, honestly. I love them all. I just Vaporeon's is the one that takes the cake for me.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
What?
No, is it poking fun? It's like, all right, kind of thing.
I take things too literally sometimes. Forgive me.
Nah, you're not the
that's a
only
mood.
one. There's a Mood Meadow Moose. Now what? Moo Meadow's mood.
What does that mean?
What?
Play on words. You know, Moo Meadows mood meadow.
Oh, I see.
mood meadow.
You know, Linda, are you a cow? Just kidding.
I
You know
don't
what?
know
Never
what
mind,
I
this is
am.
funny.
I'm a human being. I know that. I know that much. I'm also a content creator, so I have to provide the content. Back on topic. Goodness gracious. Okay. Anything that stuck out to you guys lately?
Let me think. A lot of like the features they're adding, I think, are fun. Just like I like how they upgraded the camera stuff. Like that's really good. As someone who is a screenshot like crazy with screenshots on my Switch, that's gonna be so useful.
Oh, you mean like in Pokemon Scarlet Violet, like the selfie
Yes.
feature? Ah, okay.
And what else was it? I remember something. Oh yeah, the you can find stars in the wild now in this little place. Like, what? So cool! I can like catch Score Bunny and actually cool Pokeballs now. So just regular. Nice.
Epic.
Wait, oh my god, the shiny hunting.
Oh
It's gonna be
boy.
so much easier. Yes.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
Oh boy.
Yes. I can have 2 of them. Yes.
I still
Sorry,
need to get a
I wanna-
shiny. I still need to get a shiny Cinderace in Scarlet Violet.
It's just such a pain, like doing it with picnics.
Gosh, I know.
I mean, it's easier than Sword and Shield, but still, it's just a nightmare. Like, yeah.
For sure.
Also, like, I always feel bad. I feel bad for just like releasing them to the wild. Like, I'm not even kidding. After the Score Bunnies I got from the shiny hunting, Marshmallow, I traded them away
Mm-hmm.
on Pokemon Home, 1 by 1.
Ah.
So, Yeah,
Well, I bet the
for
recipients were
like a
pretty
Pokemon
happy.
that I wasn't like that I was okay with releasing, like a Jinx or something. I don't care
Hmm.
about
Of
Jinx, but like,
course.
but like, I bet a lot of people got free score, like basically free score bunnies. Like that's great,
Got
but
that right.
still, I didn't want to just essentially delete them. That's messed up.
Yeah, don't do that.
It's like almost half of them got holes, pretty much. Until I
Yikes.
got lazy.
Yikes. Yikes.
I mean, I felt bad.
It's understandable. I mean, like, it, it's understandable. Like, releasing a wild Pokemon in some cases is like kind of like saying goodbye to a good friend. Like, you don't feel attached, but like some players might think like, oh, I caught this Pokemon, I don't want to release it to the wild. Some don't feel bad, and I'm like, I don't blame them. Maybe they're just trying to make space. But in other cases, it's like like I don't want to. I want to make space, but I kind of don't want to because I already have it. Yada yada for other reasons. Maybe they're trying to do EV training and they kind of need one of
That's
those
true.
Pokemon to do it.
That's true. I tend to like give them away to new homes.
Mm-hmm. No, actually,
Just,
that
I
actually
don't know.
sounds like the best
I
option.
care too much about these fire bunnies. They don't even exist. Why do I care so much? Anyways, moving on.
That's just the Pokemon effect.
The
Yep.
Pokemon effect. That is official now. It is now burned into your heads, viewers and
It's
listeners.
happened. It's happened to me once.
Burn in your heads. Get it? Get it?
Burned in
I
your
actually
heads. Not much of a
experienced it
joke.
firsthand once.
They're not all good jokes. Sorry.
We
I
try.
actually experienced it firsthand for myself when I first got Scarlet and Violet. Yeah,
There you go.
it's real.
That was me for Sword and Shield. That team is like precious to me. That's the reason why I don't let anyone use my Switch anymore. My brother hates me for it. I'm so scared. It's one day he's gonna drop it and then they're all gone. Like I'm terrified of that thing. But look at them. They're adorable.
They are adorable. Okay, so next thing that comes to mind is I maybe we addressed it before we went on our hiatus. Well, it's been over 2 months, so I guess it hasn't been said. Now that Pokemon Sleep is out, I just like my genuine thoughts after like literally it's been 50 days since the game came out. I know because I've used it every single night. It's not bad. Honestly, I wouldn't say it's too bad. Just make sure your plugin works at night, or else you're probably gonna have some trouble. It's not a bad game at all. It's very low maintenance.
I want to play it. I want
Yeah.
to play it so bad, but like my phone won't run it. Sadly.
Yeah.
I need to get a new phone.
Yeah, modern hardware is honestly the way to go with this app. Not gonna lie. Do you play it, Perry?
Yeah.
I don't think I've asked Perry. Pokemon Sleep, do you
I
play it?
haven't actually.
Oh, you haven't?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there goes my opportunity to ask for friend codes. No worries.
Someday I'll have it, and someday I'll have a Vaporeon in it too.
There you go.
Like
I still have yet to encounter like evolutions in that game. They're extremely rare. It's not too bad to find an Eevee, but it's pretty hard to get an evolution, so I hear.
I'll get an Eevee and then just get a Water Stone because that's the thing in this I've heard.
Yeah.
About it then, because if Cinderace isn't in it, then Vaporeon's like the second best thing.
For me, yeah, leveling up Snorlax is honestly not. It's kind of hard. You gotta find the ideal pair of 5, like team of 5. Like it is 5 instead of 6. Interestingly, you have to find the ideal team of 5 to like manage getting ingredients, getting berries, and then special skills. It's kind of hard to find that balance. I'm still trying to find that balance.
Wait, so does that mean you use specific Pokemon for that? Because if that's the case, then my dreams are crushed.
You just have to switch Pokemon. Hopefully, get Snorlax to a high enough level in order to in order to actually get more of the rare stuff. And that also means you need to get a lot of sleep. The game might base it off your age, but in my case, I have to sleep 8.5 hours to get a score of 100. And in turn, your Pokemon also run out of energy during the day. I'm not sure what happens when they reach zero because I don't really pay attention. I think just the most part their motivation goes down. They don't like get more berries for you for the most part. But
Makes
like,
sense.
yeah, so
I guess I'll just take it slow.
yeah, and that's why I try to get the most sleep I can so I can recover all the energy for my Pokemon team. Other than that, it's not bad. Yeah,
All right.
you just need to find your style of how to play. You in my experience, I've had a very slim chance of finding actually a rare Pokemon, but my experience is still very positive. I still have a very positive experience with it, and I would actually still recommend it to people.
Wait, didn't you get a shiny?
Yes. I twice I
That's
think.
wild.
Twice I think. Once was a Bulbasaur and once was a Slowpoke.
Wild.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Honestly, I would love to do content based on Pokemon Sleep, but I've never tried using my phone as a source of media before, like outside of iMovie when I was like a primitive channel. The game's perfectly fine. Like if you want to pick it up, go ahead and play it. Just make sure you have a modern enough phone for it.
Yeah. Also, is it if you had to pay money for it?
No. The
Okay. For
option
some reason,
for
I was told it was. Weirdly enough, they were wrong.
I mean for any free to play game, it's kind of like that. But you could get on totally
Okay.
fine without ever paying money in my opinion.
Yeah. Like I
Besides,
play Unite and I don't need to pay anything, so
yeah, don't give Unite your money unless you're really willing to actually do it. Don't ever do it. I'm sorry if Timmy Studios is listening. I'm sorry guys, but seriously, lower your prices. They're outrageous. I'm gonna say that
I
outright.
can agree on that. I
Forty
mean, I am
dollars
glad because
just
they
for
put PyroTheCinderace for free. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean
yeah,
to talk over you.
yeah, you're good.
I
Like
just missed it.
$40 for what's essentially a palette swap and some other goodies. That is too
Yeah, it's
much.
just that.
I can't emphasize it enough. Smash Brothers handled it better. I know that's a paid game, but Smash Brothers handled it much better. And their palette swaps were interesting for the most part. And there were 8, for crying out loud, like 7 variants. Anyway, I don't get off topic, but you get the point.
Seriously though, I'm so grateful they made like PyroTheCinderace for free for like an event. That made me so happy.
That was nice, Timmy. I'll give you that one.
But seriously, I'm being serious.
Yeah,
I was like so excited that I just could not sit still, no matter what I did. After like years of wanting PyroTheCinderace, I have it now. Very rewarding.
I sadly was one of those people who paid for that because no one knew when it was gonna come back, honestly, because it was
Yeah,
out
I mean, no,
it was out for 1 week and then it was gone. Well, no, not a week, a month. It was out for 1 month, gone, never seen again until the day it was just made free out of the blue.
his animations though are so cute. Have you seen the returning animation?
Yeah, jump in the barrel,
It's
jump in the
cute.
barrel,
And he
peeks
like
around, whoop, back.
peeks out and then just goes back in. It's cute.
Yes, ma'am, it is cute.
Yeah, imagine Pyro loves all those costumes he has. Even though I don't have all of them, I only have PyroTheCinderace, but still, I like to imagine.
I don't want to get all of them because I'm not giving money. No way.
Yeah. Well, except for the Easter one. Pyro is too embarrassed to wear that much. He doesn't like it.
I hate that costume. I genuinely hate
It's weird.
it. It is way too like it's literally take this Pokemon and make him as stereotype as possible. Like no, don't.
But
I will forever preach Primavera, whatever the heck it's called, Easter Cinderace is bad. I will forever be stating that. I will take it to the grave.
yeah.
And sorry if I'm stealing the show. Do you have any thoughts about all of this, Perry?
Personally, I kind of find it hard for me to get into Unite because, like, I don't think it's really my thing, but I definitely appreciate, like, the hallware. Like, I think that's pretty cool, and some of it's obviously adorable. But, yeah, I'm pretty much in agreement.
Yeah.
That's fair. I like to play it, just kind of in and out, I guess. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll play it. Okay, I'm into it. Nah, I'm not into it anymore. Oh yeah, now I'm into it again. Like that for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of go through those phases, but albeit more rarely, ever since last summer. I really should get back into it because I still have a group where we play occasionally, but we don't really play as often anymore because like I haven't really encouraged that server to be active. What else was I thinking of? Well, I was back on. Well, we did veer off from sleep. Yeah, perfectly fine game. Oh yeah, Pokemon Go. The Paldea starters are in, and Lechonk, cause Lechonk, I guess, and skipped over Galar completely. I thought they were gonna.
Where's my fire bunnies?
Ah!
I asked for fire bunnies, and I don't have them. Where are my fire bunnies? Okay, I'm being dramatic. I'm joking. I'm not that angry, but still, why? Where's my
No.
fire bunnies?
Yeah, a fair
We're all
point.
asking for it.
I mean,
All
there's.
of us
I don't want
want
to.
it.
I don't want to sound like I'm. I don't want to be too mean, about it. But I'm genuinely kind of mad at them.
I
I'm
mean,
pretending that I'm not mad, but I am.
I mean, they did just
I mean-
skip. They did just literally skip over them completely. They threw in some Galar Pokemon, Squelvet, Wooloo, and something else, and then just like kicked the bucket with the other Galar starters. It
I
was
think
kinda
they're just
weird.
riding the. I think they're just riding the Gen 9 hype train. Because like,
Yeah.
True.
yeah.
Also probably because
Still,
the
it
game
isn't
sold
fair,
super
in my
well.
opinion.
Yeah, it's not fair to all the Gen 8 people. I bet I haven't done research, but I bet there is a fair amount of people who are pretty ticked off about the fact that they just skipped over Gen 8 completely.
Yeah,
Because like whenever
we're a group of them.
Yeah, because whenever a new generation when a new generation would like be introduced, they would always like kind of lean into it with the starters, I think, and then release the rest of the region. And just for some reason they just tossed that out the window for Gen 8 and just skipped the Gen 9. If it's to promote Scarlet and Violet, I get it. It's marketing. I don't blame them in that fact because they're trying to get hype around the DLC. They want people to buy Scarlet and Violet. It's the best selling Pokemon game ever made and one of the best Switch games ever made, next to probably Mario Kart. But you can't. I don't personally think that kind of deserved skipping over Gen 8 completely. I'm not saying it just to say like it's like, oh, I just want Cinderace and like, all those Pokemon. Blah, blah, blah. Forget that. I'm saying that because like it's just kind of disrespectful in my opinion.
It is, yeah.
Mhm.
I agree.
Kind of like spitting in all of our faces and like saying that
Shiny
we're
Pokemon
not.
alert!
Like,
Shiny Pokemon! Oh my god. I was playing Scarlet and Violet while we were doing this, and I just got a shiny Tinkatuff out of nowhere.
This sounds familiar.
Yes, no.
This sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Deja vu.
Yes.
Deja vu.
This one.
I don't know if Deja Vu is copyrighted. I should look into that. This is the Eurobeat song. I should look to see if that's copyrighted. I would use it here.
You know what? I really hate bragging, but I am so excited about having all of these shinies. They're so cool.
Yeah.
I need to come up with a name for myself now that I am like this good at shiny hunting, even when I'm not intentionally shiny hunting. This is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so happy right now.
Also, like we're saying you remember why this is kind of deja vu for us, Pyro?
Because this happened before.
This has
Remember
happened
with
before.
shiny Moltres?
I don't remember which episode that was, but certainly deja vu.
That was the one with the shoes. Remember that?
Oh, that was with Boojay? We're not getting back
Yeah.
on the show. Oh, we should have done something special. Like, I completely neglected this. I know, like, literally almost all our listeners are probably already clicking off this video. But, like, Cinder News Network is 1 year old. We've been doing this for over a year. That's crazy.
Wow, okay, that's I didn't even realize that. Whoa.
Only 20 episodes, sure, but it's still kind of cool that, to know that, like, we've been almost consistently been doing this. It's amazing. I really appreciate your guys' support, all the listeners who actually stick around. Thank you so much for the support. Really means a lot to us.
So like we're just some nerds talking about Pokemon on the internet, and you guys seem to really like it. So thank you.
Right? I mean, heck, it was a hit for a while. I mean, I want to get into this point eventually, but our episode where we discussed Horizons before it started going out, Horizons being the newest Pokemon series, that is ever since like the English release of the anime, that video actually started to perform super well. It's leveled off lately, but its performance has certainly gone up to be one of our more popular episodes. True.
I mean, it makes sense that it was relevant at the time, you know?
Yeah, we really should do a discussion on that. And I need to make some videos on that when I can. I
True.
have the resources.
I need to actually watch it.
I've already excuse me. I have the tools, so I can always show you guys at any time.
All right, great. I just kind of like, even though the Japanese versions are objectively better, it is easier for me to watch the English dubs.
Yeah, understandable. But the English dub. Have you seen the English dub on the the first half of the English dub, first episode on the official channel? Have you
Yeah.
seen that? I don't like it. I
Yeah.
don't. Everything.
Wait, hold on a second. Cinderland's like, it's not an English dub, it's an English dumb.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that. English dumb, brilliant. That is actually brilliant.
That's his opinion on it, in a nutshell.
Because here, I know there has to be at least one.
I don't mind it.
There has to be at least one anti-Poke fan watching this. Let me tell you, English version, I don't like it in comparison to Japanese version. Like now that we're seeing a fresh start, so I'm like the voice acting, everything is dumbed down, and the music is like all the amazing classical music that I think Hayashi Yuki-san made is just butchered. Why?
Okay, that just
It's replaced.
So frustrating. Like
replaced with synthetic stock music. Don't do that. Don't do that anymore. I know.
Pokemon Journey's soundtrack got absolutely wrecked.
Like, you good?
Like, I'm seriously.
No, I'm sorry. It just hurts me whenever the soundtrack is butchered.
It does hurt.
Whoever edited this was like, I'm gonna wreck it, and they sure did. They destroyed it. They ruined it.
I understand it's for the demographic of like really younger audiences. And like it's supposed to be a cartoon for kids. Like they don't know it's anime. They just see it as a cartoon. I mean, anime is cartoon, but can you blame me? It just don't stop. Like you still have a general audience. It's not just a for kids thing. I bet you could keep all the English voice acting, which by the way, Freed, I hate Freed's English voice. He sounds too old where he's like a youngster, he's like a go-getter youngster in the Japanese version. Switch out that voice. I am very sorry if this Freed voice is watching this, but I'm like, if the Freed voice is watching, seriously, I'm sorry, dude. I really am very sorry. But you could do better. Please. Like, not just for my sake. Do it for the entire fan base. Chances of him seeing this, zero. He has zero chance of him actually seeing this. But like, again, please. Fix it.
At least you have the Japanese version.
Yeah, like what's already I do. Like what's already in the show, whatever. You can keep that stuff. But for the future, please change it. Freed is not old. He's a youngster go-getter, probably around in his 30s. He's not like Murdoch, who is actually older. Gosh, I will forever rant about that too.
I understand your frustration.
Yeah.
Again, when you actually like a character, and there's something like that you don't really approve of happen, it's like a really conflicting feeling. I don't like it either. I understand.
Yeah. And yeah, back to the music stuff. Though credit where
But I wouldn't like, be mean to the voice actors about that. They're just doing their job.
I know they're doing their job, and I do respect that, and I understand that they're only just doing their job. I have no right to be like infringing and saying like, hey, this is bad, because. But I'm just one person who has an opinion, and they can just take my opinion and throw it in the bin, and I honestly wouldn't care, because like it's just what the company wants.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinions.
We are entitled to our own opinions, but I don't want to let mine be a factor of just like, hey, I want you to change this. Like whatever.
Yeah.
If Pokemon is watching this, seriously, like I know, like just do your job. Ignore me completely if you want to. In terms of my opinions, you have every right to ignore them and just toss them in the bin. You have every right to, and I respect that. Yeah, back to the music though. Credit where it is due. They do throw in the original Japanese peaches. Peaches. they throw in the original Japanese pieces here and there. I just wish they would. I just wish they'd be consistent with that. and not just match it up when the moments are appropriate. Like, no,
Are we
keep
talking
it
about Journeys though, or Horizons? I'm confused.
Horizons.
Horizon.
Okay, wasn't there like the full dub isn't out yet or something?
Say what?
Or am I wrong?
What?
What?
Was the dub, like the full dub, not out yet?
Full dub is
out.
not out yet. We only got the teaser of
Oh,
the
okay.
first half episode.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Music is
But seriously though,
butchered.
for Journeys was just an atrocity.
Yeah.
They did to it. A soundtrack is so good. I unironically listened to it.
Yeah, and I kind of want, like, this is another moment. It's like Pokemon has every right to throw my opinion in the bin. I really wish that they kind of like kind of let the show breathe in music too, because in the Japanese version, there's moments where like everything is a bit more cinematic. Like it's like you can actually just take in the moment through like no music and just the voice acting. The English dub barely does that. I'm like, let the show breathe. I get that people's attention spans are lowering a lot. And YouTube is like a perfect example of that. But and actually podcasts too. That's also another perfect example. But like, still, if people like the show a lot, they still have that opportunity to breathe, and you don't even need music in the background all the time to have a good product. Like in movies, there's a reason that there are actual moments of silence and just environmental sounds, or just letting the voice actors have the voice actor audio by itself, because they want the pacing needs to slow down even if there is no music. Music adds an effect to videos. It's, how do I put this? Like I'm trying to sound professional, but I know next to nothing about video editing, to be honest. I'm only just learning through my own faults. Pardon my rant though, because I'm the only one who can really rant about this, because I've been consistently watching the Japanese version. As of this recording, the Japanese version is 21 episodes in. It is pretty good. It is pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, and honestly, the only way to watch the Japanese version consistently without like going into YouTube and seeing an episode for like a week and then it just gets yeeted for a while is through Amazon Prime, which I'm not too surprised about, to be honest. But at least at least it's like more accessible. Like even if you have a VPN or not, it's more accessible that way.
True.
I know they're probably gonna do this for Horizons as well. They're probably gonna bring it all to streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, all the above. Like, if you're gonna do that again, which I understand if they want to, because streaming is like the move now with, excuse me, all kinds of TV shows, at least have the Japanese version available. Like, I know it's a separate thing entirely from literally every other language, because the international version includes English and every other language except Japanese, because Japanese is a standalone. It's special. Have that as an option for viewers if they want to see it. I know there's been some issues with it in the past, but recently Japanese and English have been better in getting its content consistent, like what you actually see. Really looking forward to see how Horizons will. Well, at least I'm hoping. So I'm hoping that Horizons will actually keep that consistency, because if we get everything from the Japanese version imported into the international version, that's gonna be really nice. It'll be consistent between both languages, or basically all languages. Anyways, excuse my rants. I've actually become like a mega fan of the anime series itself, because it is good. It is good. It's Brigatito's freaking adorable. He is freaking adorable.
Yep.
When the English version,
it's a good way to actually look into the Pokemon world like more, and like actually see the moments of trainers with Pokemon.
Right. Mm-hmm. And also, maybe this is kind of a spoiler, not a spoiler, but for all you Galar people who are like, where's all my Galar moments and journeys? Why didn't we get more Galar and journeys? Horizons will redeem you a little bit. It will redeem you a little bit. I'm not gonna say
Horizon gave more respect to Galar than Journeys did. That's all I'm gonna say.
They already gave him more.
Yeah.
It's like 4
I haven't
episodes.
actually watched it yet.
I'll show that to you later. But yeah, Galar fans are definitely gonna be redeemed in this, in the like. So I think like still like in the middle of Horizons, like we're like all the Galar stuff started around episode 18. So
nice.
yeah, they'll be redeemed then. They'll be very happy. All the international fans that have not or do not get the opportunity to watch the Japanese version. Trust me, you guys are gonna be pretty happy with it. But other than that, I can't really think much of what else to talk about. You guys, anything coming to your mind with you guys?
Not really.
Not really either.
All right, then we might just call it here. Then we've been going for a healthy 40 minutes, and want to keep it short anyway because I know people don't want to spend too much time on podcasts. But I want to thank you guys so much for listening. I know we've been away for a while, but we're very happy to be able to continue this again for you guys. And with that in mind, be sure to like this podcast series. There'll be a playlist to the entire series in the description if you ever want to go check it out. And with that in mind, be sure to subscribe to all our channels. Links to those in the description as well. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care. Bye.
Later.
Have an amazing day.